My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is Saturday, March 29, 2025. It is almost 10 o'clock. So today I've been very lazy. I'm just pushing myself to do some recording. I wanted to go away, go hiking or something. Or what is it? I think yesterday I told my husband, let's, for one day, for the weekend, let's just go somewhere in the country. He didn't really want to go. But what we decided to do was that come this morning, we're just going to drive, take our stuff with us. And if we decided to stay wherever we decided to go, and we'll look for a hotel. And if there is a room, we'll stay overnight. And then my oldest came back home from school. He told us he has a meet this morning. So that scratched everything. My youngest is still sleeping. My husband went to watch my oldest race. So I'm pretty lazy this morning. But anyway, I'm not sure where I'm going to, probably on this channel. I was thinking, I don't know where I'm going to put this video that I'm talking in. I edited this in the middle of the night. So I just made it public. I didn't do thumbnails for it yet. So this is the numbers for APTS Team Sussex, 4,533. Subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. Estimate revenue, $58.16. Analytics, 427 views in the last 48 hours. So I have about 15 tweets to share with you. These are a little bit more recent. The old ones that I have here, I don't know if I will get to them. There's some articles and things like that. Depending on how I feel, I might come back to them. But for now, I want to cover the more recent one. All right, so let's go on Twitter. Where is Twitter? There's Twitter. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, why is voluntary chair Sophie Shandoka trying to overthrow the founders that are doing good job for years before she joined them? Why not set up her own charity? And who is paying her to make this mess without thinking about the children, or she is just greedy and evil? I don't know. I said the same thing when my husband just called. He's at the meet. But anyway, yeah, I said the same thing the moment I came across this issue, and I'm like, why didn't she set up her own thing? But that's something I wrote on my community board this morning. How can I put it without sound like I don't care? It's not like I don't care. I think I see beyond what is being displayed right now. Yes, it does matter. What about the children? Okay? Because right now, whatever mess that's going on with the charity, guess who's suffering? The kids. Okay? So that we have to think about that. But beyond that, one of the things that I said, maybe I should just read my whatever I said on my community board. What's the word? Oops, Lego suppose. What is it? Dormant? What's the term? Yeah, I think it's the word dormant. Okay, so I see Sentebale could be much more than what it is. So right now it is at a state of dormant. Okay, it's quiet. Let me look for the word dormant so I don't let me make sure this is the right word. Okay, dormant. Okay, temporary, inactive, or inoperative. That's what I think it's in right now, dormant. So what does it mean to be dormant? Something that is dormant is not active or growing, but that's the part here, has the ability to be active at a later time. This is what I think. It's happening with Sentebale. And then when it does come back up, it may not have the same name. It may not be just those two countries. It could be much greater and stronger. And it could still have the same focus, but there will be much more. It's like it will be stronger and better. Not that it needed to be better, because it was doing its thing. Okay, there was no problem at all. But when you look at the way the world is right now, every corner of this world is like in a shaky ground. Shaky ground. Sorry for my accent. It's in a shaky ground. Nothing is stable. Okay, so this little bump on the road for Sentebale, in a way, like I said, thank God my kids don't need it, but I really feel bad for the kids who are affected by it, because they were the goal, the priority of the charity. But with what's happening now, it's just put them in a back burner and whatever. But if Harry and Prince Yoso and probably other people who have better, pretty much on the same page as Harry and Prince Yoso. Okay, Prince Harry and Prince Yoso. I don't want to degrade Harry's title and stuff like that. Prince Harry and Prince Yoso and some other group who probably want to do much more. Okay, collectively, the same goal, and it could be much greater than what is happening. Because right now, Africa, there's, again, I just cannot explain it. There is something that's going on. The heart of this world is in a shaky ground that could be better. Right now, all we are seeing is the people with the mic who's confusing people. But in the background, when you remove the layers after layers of stupidity, there is something so much greater that could happen. This is where my mind is. Okay, it's almost like during the election, on the day of the election, when I saw Orange Man was winning, I was starting to get depressed. And then the following day, November 6th, when I saw he won, I was completely devastated. I was literally depressed. But when I took a step back and I thought about it and I put everything into perspective, and I was like, you know what? We needed that. This is what we needed at the moment, because when I compare it with President Obama's presidency, even though he won 2 terms, a total of 8 years, there wasn't that much progress. It made more people angry and divided. So only the first 2 years in his first term where he was able to do the ACA and all of that. So what we are seeing here with Sentebale, we could compare that the same exact way as the election. It's just a step back. Once I hope, and I'm hoping, and I'm praying that Prince Yoso and Prince Harry, and now with Meghan's ingenuity, okay, could add a little more perspective of things. Okay? I'm not saying for Meghan to take over, none of that. It's just perspective of things, okay, to make Sentebale much better. However, one thing that I think that might happen, if they decided, the 2 co-founders decided to bring it back up, or they do their fight with the name Sentebale, meanwhile, because it seems like they care. I'm talking in terms of Prince Harry and Prince Yoso. They could fight for Sentebale, but at the same time, without any pause. This can only be done with people with money. People who don't have money cannot do what I'm saying. Okay? But I'm just looking in terms of vision, pass by what is being displayed right now. Because the devil don't stop. Okay? So while Harry and probably Prince Yoso fighting for Sentebale's namesake, and that 600,000 pounds that just got out of the coffer of Sentebale, that alone cannot just go without being unanswered. Okay, so while they're fighting for that, they could create a brand new type of Sentebale with a different name and make it stronger and better, because it seems like they will not leave him alone. And now knowing how they undermine Sentebale, remove what was the word they use? Like to take it over, hostile takeover. That's the term, hostile takeover. Now Harry could be prepared for Invictus, because Invictus is next. Some of my members, there's a video that I put, could have been yesterday or the day before, regarding Invictus. So you guys already know my point of view about that. Okay, so, and it has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking right now. It's just the way that I see the world in general. Okay, remember how I said we only need like 10 years to ruin a generation. So within, from this point on, that thing can also reverse. We need at least 10 years to reverse what was done. So if things don't change, Invictus. You guys know what, I'm gonna cut this part out, because what I said in the video for my members, I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, so while Harry and Precioso is fighting for Sentebale and that 6,000 pound that just got out of the coffer of Sentebale, fight for that. And then meanwhile, they reorganize, revamp, or recreate a different form of Sentebale. Now there is a new meaning, could still be for kids with AIDS, and for training to make them be a productive citizen, even though they have AIDS, HIV, AIDS, and things like that. That could still be the goal, but it could be stronger and much better. There will be additional vision to make it stronger. Okay, and then Harry needs to let go of the UK. I'm not saying to this, don't attach with your country. That's his country. He always said he will always what is it? The UK is his home. That's a country he loves and things like that.
The UK is my home and a place that I love. That will never change.
I'm not saying for him to abandon it, but when it comes to his work, things that he care about, that he wants to help people, he cannot do it or registered in the UK. They don't mean well for him. So this is an eye-opener. As bad as it is, he could learn from it. He could learn from that. All right. So one of the things that I said I was going to do is go on my community board and read. Okay, so I wrote this. That was more than an hour. Let me refresh. It was more than an hour that I wrote this. It was like in the middle, like 6 o'clock. Oh, 2 hours. Okay. So this is what I wrote. Okay. Long, deep sigh. More on Sentebale. These are some stuff that I saw and I decided to put them for you guys. Okay, more on Sentebale. For those who might be concerned or worry about Sentebale, although it is very serious, don't worry or stress about it. I truly believe, in my humble opinion, Sentebale need a shake-up. Not that it needed it. Our universe, the world around us, is shifting. Sentebale need to adapt to that new shift. For people like Prince Harry and Precioso and Meghan, who are originators or creators, Sentebale might become bigger and better and possibly under a new name. In my humble opinion, this is what the princes, Harry and Precioso, needed to reinvent Sentebale. If what is being said about this woman, well, she just ruined her reputation globally. Who will want her to work for them? Well, she can do her own thing. So all in all, nothing to worry about from my point of view. Okay? Sometimes I'm telling you, I think I need to do more meditation so I could reconnect more, because I don't know, I see pass by many things that is happening, and if we remain focused. Okay, 54 people like it, and these are other things that I came across, and these are squaddies who's talking about the hostile takeover. Maybe they have a better perspective of it than me, so I share their videos. I think it's one video. Okay, now that the Sussex squad are catching up with 2027 Invictus, 27, right? I wasn't sure if it was 27 or 28 or something like that. The UK went from not acknowledging the Netherlands Invictus to not having funds for the city, right, of Birmingham. So then, out of nowhere, having funds for the Invictus. Let's not forget, the last Invictus, there were issues of not airing the games. South Korea was the better choice. I spoke about this. My members should know where I stand with the Invictus. Okay? So, that's that. Oh, that's for comment. Let's see here what some people say here. Thanks, Pio. I truly hope that IG27 will not be held in the UK. They have no choice because they already announced it. That's where the country is going to have it. Okay? Oh, who's going to host it? I hope Harry changes the location. That ungodly family simply can be trusted. Oh, I responded to it. South Korea was my choice. I don't think they can change it. Okay? So South Korea was my choice. So I hope they can change the location. Okay, so that's that. I don't think they can change it. Let's just pray for Harry. All right, so that was not part of my thing. It was this. I wanted to listen to that. Now, since I brought up the Trump thing, there's a video someone sent to me, and let me add it. I'll come back to this. Let me pause and look for that video because I need to listen to it. Okay, so this is something someone tagged me on and wanted my perspective. And I think I listened to it already. And I was on my phone when I listened to it. And then when I was typing, it was a freaking long thing. And then out of nowhere, I don't know what happened to my phone. And then it didn't go through. So forget that. I didn't want to start all over again. So let's listen to this. Trump's presidency is the best thing that could have happened for Black women's well-being. Do you agree? I agree. If you guys listen to some of the things I've said in the past. Okay, but let's listen to her.
I'm starting to think that Trump winning the election was actually what was best for Black women's well-being. Hear me out. When Obama first got elected for his first time, I lived in a very white community. I was in high school, sophomore year to be exact. And that day, I walked into my predominantly white school. And I immediately, before I spoke to anyone, I called my mom and I said, you're going to want to come up to the school. I rode the bus to school that day. I said, you're going to want to come to the school and see what I'm seeing. My mom got there and saw how those white kids who I went to elementary school and middle school were looking at me. The parents were in the lobby of the high school. People were crying. There were prayer circles.
Many of these people, when they see like the elections, are happening, they don't see it as things that will affect them in terms of policies and how the country will run. They didn't see it that way. There's one TikTok leading up to the election. People were putting things out who said they see it like as a football match, like a sporting event, like my person is gonna win or this person is gonna win, because they don't look at the policies at all. I wish I had that TikTok, and I think I have shared it in the past. It's the perfect, I would say, understanding of how many of these people were seeing the election. They didn't see it as way it will affect them now. You see, many of them are crying, but they saw it as, black and white. This person is white because I'm white is gonna win, or they didn't see it that way. But anyway, let's continue.
I immediately became like enemy of the state simply for my proximity to these white folks, and their internal anger and hatred was going to be taken out on me. And both me and my mom, without a single word spoken to these kids or their parents, understood that. I immediately was transferred out of that school that day, the very day that Obama was elected for his first term. And thinking about what it would mean for us as Black women if Camila was elected, knowing the internal hatred that these white folks have for Black people, and more specifically for Black women. Obama was one thing, but for a Black woman to be president, our proximity to them would be so uncomfortable. So much of that internalized misogynoir, hatred, ignorance they would take that out on us in our professional spaces, and how we work with them, and how we're treated when we go into places. I love nothing more than seeing all these Black homemakers and Black women resting and leaning into community. And I think that even though politically speaking, yes, Camila would have been a better choice for us all. But for Black women specifically, being able to fall back and say, this is y'all's mess, enjoy it. Y'all go out and march. We're at home. we're making bread, we're starting podcasts, we're raising kids. I think that this was the answer to the soft life we've actually been praying for.
Yeah, I agree with her. Okay? Unlike her, she experienced certain things personally, on a personal level. But for me, when I look back and think about the result of the election, my conclusion is pretty much almost the same thing as her. It was more an analytical perspective. We have some ingenuity with, I don't know, there's something within the universe that connects us. We need to tap into that. All of us, black people, we need to tap into that. The universe is talking to us. How come out of nowhere we are all, well, let's not say all, majority of African American are on the same page? So I pretty much agree with her. Okay, let's see here. Let's pause that GIF. With the increasing amount of Trumpers being loud and proud racist more than before, disagree, but I respect her viewpoint. I understand him, but the thing is that, how will I say? Well, pretty much some of the things I've said in the past. In order for them to understand it, they have to go through it. We have tried so many times to prevent them from going through it. But because they never experience it, they didn't think it will never happen to them. So therefore, this is the F01 found out that they needed to go through. Okay? Sometimes people need to go through some stuff in order for them to understand it. Okay, put the cape down, sis. The people who are crashing out still want to do the thing black women always do. Don't. Soft life, grab it. All right. This statement is so true. I felt free after the election, and my reaction to political BS is different from the past. I don't care anymore. We still need to care. We still need to care. Still go out and vote. Every single election, pay attention who the people are. But one thing we have to be careful. Now that Democrat or probably what most people will be voting for, don't just go and vote because there's someone's name has a D behind it. Okay? You need to look at the person past behavior, action, and if they have been in office, how did they vote? This is the key point. How did these people vote on your behalf before you vote for them? This is what we need to look at. Okay? Once more. That would be it after that. Let me open it so I don't. Okay, once more, these takes show so much naive as black women, resting only temporary. They're coming after us all black, brown, veterans, disabled, white women. So no one is safe unless you are a billionaire white woman. They literally had first black woman president of Harvard removed, which was unprecedented. I'm sorry, beloved. Okay, it's one of those things. We all know at one point we're going to die. There is no if or but. We just don't know when. So you're telling me we're gonna, whatever amount of time we have before we die, we're gonna sit and worried, oh my God, I'm gonna die. It's not tomorrow, it's not the day after, maybe in a couple of years. So while you could enjoy yourself, you're gonna be worrying about you going to die? So right now we are at a stage where, okay, they didn't want to move forward. They didn't want to do that. Remember, well, let me finish one thought. They didn't want to do this. They didn't want to do that. So let me just relax. This is their work. Okay, I think I spoke about it in one of the videos. The future is up to young white kids, the Gen Zs. They have the ability to change it. Do they want to follow their great-grandparents' mentality? It's up to them. It's up to them. But one thing I know for a fact is black people know how to survive. When it's time for you to survive, you will do what you need to do to survive. Okay? Let's leave that alone. Okay? All right, so now back to my tweet, my list, my original list. I had to put this since during my discussion I said a lot of things and I thought it would be good to just get it out of the way. It's one of the squaddies who tagged me on it. Alright, why is a voluntary chair, Sophie Shanduka, trying to overthrow the founders that are doing good job for years before she joined them? Why not set up her own charity, and who is paying her to make this mess without thinking about the children, or she is just greedy and evil? My only thing for me is, how come £600,000 just got out of the coffer of the charity? That's what I want to know. From what I've heard, or from what I read, allegedly, that £600,000 was taken out to hire people to show them how to raise money. That freaking thing doesn't make sense to me till now. How, you know how hard it is to raise £600,000? And then this person, the money was there and decided to take it out to hire someone. That's what it was said, allegedly, if my memory served me well. Allegedly was taking out to hire someone, or potentially hire someone to to teach her how to raise, and I don't think it's teach, how to raise money or something like that. But anyway, let's listen to this guy.
The charity fiasco and Prince Harry quitting continues because a Sentebale source familiar with the situation tells people that Chandawaka has placed significant legal and financial strain on Sentebale. According to the source, when Chandawaka was appointed in July 2023, the organization was in stable financial standing, but that changed drastically under her leadership. When the most recent fundraising deal collapsed in December 2024, internal discussions began about her stepping down. By February, the board formally requested her resignation, but Chandawaka allegedly refused, and when trustees moved forward with a vote to remove her, she filed a legal challenge to block the process completely.
From what I've heard so far, and I think it's on the list that I moved further down, there's some articles. They said that they don't see any document being filed. Okay, so that's one thing.
A key turning point reportedly came when tensions arose between Chandawaka and a major funder of the Sentebale Polo Cup, the charity's flagship fundraising event. As a result of this breakdown, the 2024 match did not take place. Separately, Chandawaka hired external consultants, and get this, guys.
Okay, so there's the part that I'm talking about the £600,000 being removed to hire people. Let me move it back because I stopped it.
Separately, Chandawaka hired external consultants, and get this, guys, at a cost of $600,000 to develop new fundraising strategies and build relationships with potential donors, allegedly without securing board approval. $600,000 not securing board approval. My question is, for these external consultants that you did not seek board approval, who are these people? I wouldn't be surprised if these external consultants are people that you knew, friends, somebody that you tried to pass money through, or in a way, without board approval, upset people on purpose, because this is nothing but poor leadership, draining money out of a charity. Look.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How, who wrote the check and who signed the check? This is this is the thing that I think Harry should fight for. If they want to take Sentebale, they could. But this is nothing. Okay, they could take. I think I saw somewhere where someone not copyright, what do you call this, trademark Sentebale, they could take the name. Sometimes we just need to let go of things and don't attach too much into it. But that money, however, that money needs to be returned. This is the thing here. And then Harry have given his own money to the charity. So with the name being trademark, I don't know who trademark it or whatever, name can change. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He could create a new one with new name, still the same focus. Nobody can stop him. Okay? But that money, Harry needs to fight for it. And I don't know how charities, those organizations work, because this is Harry and Precioso's thing. I don't know. If Harry could take Murdoch, who is she? Who is she to think she could do that? It's just right now Sentebale is at a dormant stage. But once it come back, I think it will be, if it does come back, and I hope it does come back, either under a new name, become stronger and better.
Looking at the expenses of Miss Chandawaka and how she was behaving, it is now no fault of Prince Harry and other members of the board who all wanted to quit because they simply could not deal with this. They've told this woman, you need to leave. They've all come together. She has blindly refused and said, I do not want to leave. I'm not going. I refuse to do so. And without board approval, is spending over $500,000 with external consultants. It is absolutely insane.
Now, my thing is with that, where all the trustees, board members, Prince Yoso, Prince Harry, all of them are on the same page. My thing is, why didn't they just shut her out of everything? Who is she? If everybody else who've been there before were on the same page, this is something, like I said, I don't know how this thing works. If all of the key players are on the same page, and you have one bad apple, why didn't they shut her out of anything with Sentebale? So this is something Harry needs to look into for next time. Okay, so let's pause this. All right, so this is Tina. All right, so is there a lot? Okay, I don't want to go too much into all of that. Okay, I'll come into this. Let's pause this. I'll come into this because it's a retweet. All right. $600,000 without board approval is crazy. Exactly. That was my main thing too. Okay, it seems like Sophie has mishandled charity funds. If she did not get board members' approval, this is not her charity. Instead of asking her to step down, she should have been fired immediately. That's what I'm saying. She used scare tactics on the board members because she is a lawyer who is sponsoring her. Okay, Dr. Shandua, this is some nasty work. Just nasty. So I'm not gonna read all of this. I think I might have read some of them in other places. Okay, on my last video, I think I was reading this. One of the thing I think the squad are making connection with, now that I have a better understanding, is this person they highlight here have some connection with Williams, and I think he, or I think it's a he, have some connection. All right, so there he is here. Okay, Prince William the Bully, Queen is based behind this since behind is his favorite place. Oh, okay. I don't know. Let's not go into that. And it's poorly written. All right, so what is that? 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I guess more people talking about it. Let's see.
If you don't know, I'm Elsie Lewis, and I am mad for Meghan. Words on the street is that Dr. Sophie Chenduka, chair of Sentebale, the person responsible for the two founders, Prince Harry and Prince Sito Losoto, resigning from the organization as well as a number of trustees. She is known for hostile takeovers of corporations. She is what we call in the corporate world a corporate raiders. So basically someone must have hired Sophie to go into Sentebale to create this level of chaos she has created in order to dismantle the charitable organization that Prince Harry started in honor of his mother.
I think I read this someone, a squatty who put it that it's in one of my videos, and I think this was the original Wikipedia about her background, Dr. Sophie, and then they edited and put something new. Okay, I read this in one of the videos. All right, so let's continue. But the thing is that who appointed her into Sentebale? Who gave her the green light? This is another thing they need to look into.
The question is, who hired her?
Exactly.
The question is, who she's getting paid from. The question is, with all the evidence before the public, in the public domain, that she's got a history of doing that, and she is
doing
dismantling Sentebale as a result of the chaos she has created. Who is she going to work for next?
This is another thing that I said. Well, only people who probably will hire her if they want something to be destroyed. But well-minded people will stay away from her. She, like I said in some other thing, if allegedly what is being said is actually what is happening, she ruined her reputation globally. Alright, so let's continue.
This will be the defining moment as to who was paying Sophie Chinduka to create the level of chaos she has created within Sentebale. She is a corporate raider for hire, and it's important to figure out who hired her to do what she's doing, to basically destroy 20 years of work that Prince Harry put into that organization in honor of his mother, Prince.
And Prince Yoso as well. Okay, let's not forget that. I know she mentioned his name before, but you know, it's both of them.
Princess Diana. Now we know there are interest group institutions who does not want to see Africa benefit from anything.
That's right.
They want Africa to remain where Africa is. It is in their best interest, so Africa is not progressing.
Exactly. This is why I keep on saying, you guys, this thing with Harry and Meghan and all of that, it's much bigger than what it is globally. Okay? There's some stuff that's going on in Africa with France, with what's that country? Oh God, in Africa, I forgot the name of it. Okay, they do not want the continent to progress at all. So what Harry is doing, it's making these young people sustainable, self-sustained. They do not want that, and it's been working. What Harry was doing was working, and they do not want that.
It is in their best interest. If Sentebale is doing incredible work on the ground in Africa, there are interest groups, there are institutions. Their goal is to ensure that it doesn't happen. And now we need to know who hired Sophie Chinduka to create this level of hostile takeover within Sentebale. What do you think?
I agree with her, and it's very sad. It is very sad to see one of our own doing this. It's sad and very shameful. I don't think she have any shame if she, my God. Okay, she is working for someone else. Her reluctance to step down and connection with William is very concerning. There is financial power behind her. But after everything is said and done, what's money? These people, they don't care about your skin color. You do the work for them and then they don't know you. Okay, the 4 new trustees all started on the same day in March. Who recruited them? What did they cost the charity? Something smells. Okay, she must be investigated. Sound like she was the hired wrecking ball, and it stinks and she needs to investigate it. She appointed William's allies onto the board, KP doing its chaos, evil, and destroying the charity from within, sickening. And it's similar to what's happening in America. It's from within. Okay, money will always leave a track. Follow the trail, you will uncover the truth. She just dug her grave, and at the end, she buries herself. Okay, another greedy, corrupt African living up to the stereotype and then has the gall to scream racism. She needs to push off. She is not thinking of the children. Greedy, that's the B word. Okay, where is the retweet? Okay, so this is the retweet here. Oh my God, what? Okay, it's very long. Let's listen to this. I'll read some of the comments. Okay. It started here. Okay, how come Prince Yoso of Lesotho and Prince Harry set up African charity Sentebale never had a problem or misunderstanding until Chair Sophie Chinduka was selected to be chair of the foundation, and the trustees strongly disagreed with her decision and wanted her to step down, and she refused. Why? All right, let's listen.
Know who Harry was before he came in 2004. But we have gotten to love this person because he's here investing his energy, his passion, his love for the children, his heart.
The prince first came here to escape, but he also found among these rugged mountains a place he felt at home, and he found a cause too, and a connection with the children that echoed his mother's concerns.
The Sentebale charity the two princes founded has transformed tens of thousands of young lives blighted by AIDS and by poverty. Orphaned babies like Abuti have been given a second chance.
each time he's here, you can see the smile and the satisfaction in him. If it wasn't for Prince Harry and Princess, so many of the children that we are supporting wouldn't be alive. That's a fact.
In return, Lesotho's children helped Harry come of age.
This is sad what this woman just did. This is very sad. But bigger picture, I don't know. I know we are in a rough position right now with how it's going. We don't know what's going on in the background, but at least what come to the surface. For me, I think this could be much bigger and better as we move forward. And this could be some, like a side track for Harry to resolve. And then to continue it, he could easily create another one. It's very sad. All right, let's pause. Oh my God, there's more. Okay, I'm going to leave it that. Let me focus. Maybe I could put this on another video. Okay, so that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Beware of whom you invite to your organization. All right, and somehow, even with a black co-founder, Prince of Lesotho, 2 black trustees, 1 a woman, and the charity catering to the well-being of black children for nearly 20 years. She's come on the scene. And Miss Noir has suddenly materialized and choosing her as its exclusive victim. She has changed the name of the trustee of Sentebale. Why is she in such a tearing rush? What is she up to? Right, there's those hashtags. Prince Harry should get an injunction, can't stop her from accessing data or removing it, and certainly from appointing trustee. Okay, like I said, I don't know how these things work. Yeah, she has access to internal things, so she probably changed stuff, in my humble opinion. This is what I said. Once the trustees and the 2 co-founders are on the same page, just shut her out of everything. That's what they should have done. Is Sophie Shenduka now the founder of Sentebale? Where does she get the power to appoint new trustees? This hostile takeover? There's that. Exactly. But there is a 3rd prince who is the troublemaker, and that is William. He will do whatever he can to stop Harry. If he thinks he is going to get away with this, he is mistaken. William, I have no doubt, us using Dr. Sophie to break up this charity, to break up this charity up that has helped so many. But another thing I've said in other comments, let me go into that, is that there are new squaddies that's coming, you know, with Meghan's Netflix thing. There are new people who's starting to know about things about Harry and Meghan and things that they've been doing and things like that. Every single day, there are new set of eyes who are seeing what Harry and Meghan are all about. And this is why I love the squad, because when I came in, there's a lot of things I didn't know. But they keep on putting receipt after receipt after receipt. Through that, I was able to somewhat catch up to see what they were all about. So as we're moving forward, as devastated as this is, let's not undermine this at all. It is huge because it's affecting lives. Okay? But the newcomers who are seeing what is happening here, it's like William is, well, allegedly, if he is involved or whatever, it's like it's revealing itself to the newcomers to see how rotten and backstabber he is. Well, let me not bring that up. So there's all of that. Let me go back to my list. I'm already 40 something minutes here. All right. Some of these I already talked about in some other videos. All right. Next tweet. There might be part 1, part 2 on this recording. Okay, so there's that here. In Battle of Brothers, Lacey writes about 5-year-old Willy throwing sandwiches and ice cream around the room because he wasn't allowed to blow out another child's birthday candles. At age 42, Willy, Africa is mine, is still solely focused on blowing out other people's candle. Alright, I'm just gonna read what's in green. You could pause I'm just gonna read what's highlighted in green. You could pause and read everything. With neither parents keen to play the disciplinarian, it was left to Nanny Wolf to try to administer some correction. In the autumn of 1987, she yanked the 5-year-old home from a birthday party following a tantrum when he had not been allowed to blow out the candles on the cake and had expressed his displeasure by throwing sandwiches and ice cream around the room. Nanny made him clean up the mess before he left. It's almost like there's a video that I have. I think he probably was maybe, could he be around that same age, 5? But I would say slightly younger, maybe 4. Walk in the room and there's Princess Diana, and he punched Princess Diana between her skirt out of nowhere. Alright, so he's a baggage for God. I mean, God have given him so many chances to sort of stop, to see a brighter light or to change course, but at some point it will catch up to him. Okay, everyone knows no work Willy will all of a sudden save the day and take over Sentebale, but he won't do half the work Harry has or continue to do. Between Willy and that lady, it will crumble and only the people will suffer. Everything he touches crumbles. Alright, media keeps covering up for him using Harry and Meghan as deflect. I can't wait to witness the reign of King Willy. I bet you the media, his longtime enablers, are going to be his #1 victim. The kind of evil he is going to unleash on them will be unprecedented. And then let's not forget as well, one of the things I keep on saying, what we would be talking right now, it would have been about what Charles did to Princess Diana. So they're probably propping him up to keep on doing this nonsense so nobody focus on Prince Charles. There's another thing that, a tweet that I came across. Did I move it? I think I moved it to another one, where has to do with Charles. Where is it? Let me pause for a second. As a matter of fact, it's right. It's next after this. It's on the list next. But what was I saying? Something about Charles. But it's next on the list. So let me finish with what's there and then move on. Okay, like everything he will destroy, it completely cause. That's what he does best. All right. So like I was saying, we would have been talking about Charles. So I would not be surprised if they're sort of popping him up so people don't talk about Harry and Meg, don't talk about Charles and what he did to Princess Diana. So this is the one that I was making reference to. Queen Elizabeth II got sick, and then the Cambridges suddenly moved to Windsor for more privacy. Charles got sick and his heir's wife disappeared for months. Alright, so that was back, was it 2023 or 2024? King Charles was admitted to a hospital today and his schedule was cancelled. But I think, in my humble opinion, the thing about Sentebale is coming to light and the squad becoming with receipt and connecting the dot on social media. So, hey, he had to cancer sort of pop up again. Okay, so that's that. The difference between BP and KP cannot be overstated. The heir's household is not ready for prime time. A prime time that may be coming sooner rather than later. What did he say here? Royal Communication, a statement from Buckingham Palace. Strictly embargoed until 2100 hours, Thursday 27. Okay, following schedule and ongoing medical treatment for cancer. I'm telling you, that cancer is coming handy every time when there's a problem. The king experienced temporary side effects that require a short period of observation in hospital. His Majesty's afternoon engagement were therefore postponed. His Majesty has now returned to Clarence House. You see, they literally told you, so nobody go camp outside of the hospital to see when he's coming out. So they already told you he's out. His Majesty has now returned to Clarence House, and as a precautionary measure, acting on medical advice, tomorrow's diary program will also be rescheduled. His Majesty would like to send his apologies to all those who may be inconvenienced or disappointed as a result. These people live on lies. Oh my God. Charles and KK were being dragged for racism when they both caught cancer, and now Charles and Willy Leaks are being dragged for hostile takeover of Sentebale, and Charles goes to hospital for an hour. Huh? I don't understand the gameplay. You don't need to understand. They're just telling you BS and you're supposed to take it and move on with your life. That's all. But people on the internet are asking questions. These are the things that they did with Princess Diana.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against her?
Yes, I did. Absolutely. Yeah.
Why? I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
But Princess Diana was on her own. Okay, my comment was flagged. Anyway, Prince William isn't ready. Yeah. Okay, so there's one response under that. Okay, the problem isn't one. He probably just had a bad reaction. I don't even think there's any of that. They just put the word out. They just put the word out. You're supposed to eat it and then move on. And for, that's what they want from you guys. Feel sorry for them. He probably just had a bad reaction and his doctors were cautious. This guy, what is it? Then he went, Australia, when he was supposed to be on. Anyway, let me not even think too deep with this because these people lie too much. Alright, and the positive stuff about William isn't really working. William and Kate really are not up to this, and it shows. Alright, next one. This is not gonna play out well for them. Okay, if this is what they're doing to Sentebale, nah, it's not gonna work out well for them. Okay, so I bookmark mine. Let's pause this. Okay, things still need to be revealing. Those who were blind or in denial need to see the full-blown stupidity. Harry and Meghan and their children, along with their projects, will be just fine. People who then know New Sussex Squad about his behavior will now see his true character. That's all. So I responded to this. Alright, the hate William have, let me go into it. Okay, the hate William have for his brother and wife crowded his judgment. For him to work with evil men, William and his team seem to forget the whole world is watching how he is abusing Harry and Meghan for kingship. This is why I say I don't think he understands his position. This guy is gonna be king and he's behaving like someone who's like 125th in line to the crown. I don't know if there's that many, but whatever. Alright, Harry and Meghan for kingship. His envy and jealousy is what will make him a king without honor from his own people. Alright, so this is where I say here, things still need to be revealing, the thing that I voted. The thing is that he just keep on showing himself instead of stopping, but he keeps on going, adding more to his character. Alright, so he's pretty much digging a hole for himself. Okay, Jeremy besties to Camila and William wrote this about Meghan. Harry has all the reason not to trust his brother or stepmother. Alright, 57 seconds. Let's listen.
He wrote about the Duchess of Sussex and how much he hated her. He said, I lie there grinding my teeth, dreaming of the day she's made to parade naked.
Okay, so that's regarding the Jeremy Clarkson thing. I'll put the screenshot of what this guy is saying. Let me not waste time on it. Alright, so that's that. Any comments? What is that? Again, Duchess of Sussex is her married name. Okay, pause and read. There's no reason for me to waste my time on this. Let's go to the next tweet. It's about Sentebale. Okay, the Telegraph of all papers has uncovered a long list of Sophie Shanduka shenanigans. Also, if you're going to show off about your world-class education, make sure your PhD is one you've actually earned and not an honorary one. Oh, is that what it is? There's the archive. I'll leave the link in the description. And this is what I mean. Sometimes there's people who have who goes to top universities. I don't know which school she went to. I'm just saying, just in general. But they lack of basic common sense. I guess Harry's too nice. That's the thing. Harry's too nice. In my humble opinion, some people, let me just put it in general, some women who get close to Harry because Harry's so nice and respectful, they probably think that Harry is hitting on them. Harry already told the world, okay, who he belonged to.
The people I feel most sorry about are the trolls who their hopes are just built and built and built. And it's like, yes, 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 yes. And then it doesn't happen.
He already told the world. All right, let's see here. Prince Harry and his polo chums needs to get back in the saddle. His charity mustn't fall prey to decolonisation. When was this written? Okay, 28 March 2025. So yesterday. All right, so the squad quickly bookmark it. All right. The scandal at Sentebale is more about wokery than substance and needs to be sorted out quickly before the organization fails. The thing is that if the woman is taking money, allegedly, without the board approval, why raising more money for her to waste? Okay, Invictus was created with, I think, half of $1,000,000 pound, not dollars, pound. And this woman allegedly took 600,000 pounds, something that could start something else. So I think, and like I said before, Harry could fight for it, for that money that took out, because he did his thing. He gave money, his own money for the charity. That money should not just go out like that. How many other charities that would love to have that $600,000 or even divided into several amount to give to other charities? All right, let's see here. But let's read some of it here. Polo players of the world, harness your steeds and saddle up. Thousands of children with HIV in Africa need your help, even if you are mostly posh, rich, and white. This week, it emerged that Sentebale, a charity set up by Prince Harry and Prince Yoso of Lesotho back in 2006, is on the brink. Its trustees have stepped down en masse, as have its patron, following a reverse takeover by the organization recently appointed chair. That alone should tell you. Recently appointed chair. Okay, the charity, she's in trouble no matter what. Because if Harry could stand up to Murdoch, who is she? All right, the charity is small but important. This is the thing that I was saying here. Okay, it's small but important. Now, the way the world is shifting, there's so many forces that's going on. As much as I do not want this to shut down, but it needed some shakeup to be much better. Maybe this is the shakeup that it needed. I don't think I'm explaining it well enough, but like I said, he could open a new one with a different name while he's fighting for the money for the Sentebale thing. Okay, it does life-saving work in an area of the world where the HIV/AIDS epidemic is still raging. Every time I read about this, I'm thinking of the South African guy who was injecting the disease into people's bloodstream. These people are savages. Okay, in the tiny state of Lesotho alone, more than 37,000 children are estimated to be living with HIV, many unaware of their condition. Okay, Sentebale works gently. I like the way he's sort of giving the background of it. Sentebale works gently with them to break down fear and stigma and encourage testing and treatment. Over the last 20 years, it has saved and nurtured many thousands of young lives. The two women in whose memory it was founded, Diana, Princess of Wales, and Queen Mamohato, Berence Yoso of Lesotho, will be immensely proud. Now, however, the charity has fallen victim to a form of inverse snobbery or wokery that has lessened for the entire aid sector. She doesn't know what's coming for her. She messed with the wrong one. Insider says the new chair of the charity, Sophie sought to decolonize the organization. Who is she? She came in to see the thing. All she had to do is remain focused on the charity objective. My God. Organization moving it away from fundraising via celebrity polo matches and the like, but without first establishing alternative. And I'm glad I've said in the past with William other charities where he's standing in the corner selling newspapers and all, and I'm like, one polo match will raise enough money for the charity to be self-sustained for maybe a couple of years. But whatever. The hefty bill for consultants said to be in the region of, now they're reducing it, $500,000, a failed bid to bring in replacement donors from the U.S., an alleged request by Ms. Sanduka for $300,000 salary for her unpaid position prompted the trustee to ask her to step down. She refused. Okay, so now they explain it. And other little, how will I say that? Other screenshot of different things. I was at loss in a way, but I sort of have a sense of it, but it was different screenshot of things. So this one is putting everything in perspective. She refused, accusing the charity of poor governance, weak executive management, abuse of power, bullying, harassment, misogyny, misogynoir, sparkling this week's walkout by Prince Harry et al., and leaving the charity's future looking very dim indeed. Several senior insiders, including the long-serving trustee, Dr. Kelolo Lovotholi, have said that, sorry if I pronounced the name wrong, have said that they witnessed no hint of abuse or racism, claim of misogyny, it seems, are at the intersection of gibberish and claptrap. I'm glad they're speaking up. Okay, for the chair of a charity to refuse to step down, having lost the confidence of its long-serving trustees and patron, is bizarre, but there again, Miss Shanduka is not everything she seems. Yes, she worked briefly for Meta. Oh, did she? Did she? She worked briefly for Meta, the owner of Facebook and Instagram, and for a longer period as a senior executive at the financial services firm Morgan Stanley. But the honorific of doctor she uses is not an earned medical or academic title. Instead, it is derived from an honorary doctorate in business administration awarded to her by the University of Coventry in 2023. So, wasn't around the same time she got in? Did they? Okay, I'm just asking myself a question here. Did they just give her that so she? This seemed very suspicious to me. But anyway, let's continue. Seemingly in recognition of her diversity campaigning. The London-based Black British Business Award, Limited, which she co-founded and which explained the MBE, that's the alphabet, she was awarded in 2021 for services to diversity in business, is also struggling, and Ms. Shanduka resigned as a director in June last year. The company is in deficit. Oh my God. But then they do a background check of her before they got her, which is some of the things people are saying in the video. Okay, the company is in deficit to the tune of £387,000, of which £197,000 is owed to the taxman. Quote, whether it is also insolvent dependent on who the £462,000 other creditors are in note 7 of the account, a senior accountant tells me. If it is the bank, they are in trouble. Okay, and Ms. Chanduka's U.S. company, the Delaware registered Nandi Life Sciences, may also turn out to be in triumph of style over substance. She described it on her LinkedIn profile as a US-based company creation vehicle with a portfolio of companies that have collectively raised over $50 million since October 2023. That is as maybe, but the Delaware-based firm was set up only 2 years ago. Oh my God! Did she do all of that to have something to, I guess, to show, I don't know, I guess, importance? What? Look like all of this, it seems, in my humble opinion, because the dates are so close, it seems like it was all manufactured. I'm glad that I read it. I wasn't gonna read it, but oh my goodness. That is as may be, but the Delaware-based firm was set up only 2 years ago and has not yet published any information I can find regarding capital raise, income, or even clients. And yet, Ms. Shandua is not alone. She is not the first globetrotting charity boss to turn away from the sort of fundraising that celebrity polo matches and red nose they bring, deeming it a little patronizing and old hat. But this is to lose sight of the main goal, to enhance the lives of those who these charities exist to serve, with America, Britain, and many other countries slashing their aid budget. The need for cash has never been greater. Modeling published in the Lancet this week suggests there will be between 4.4 million to 10.8 million additional new HIV infection by the end of this decade in low and mid-income countries, unless the funding shortfall left by U.S. aid can be filled. Yeah, they probably, oh my God. Everything is coming to, I see what some of the other people were talking about. They really want Africa to fail. So this charity was helping people, sustain them. So they want, she's a baggage for God. That's it. She's a baggage for God. Miss Shanduka should gracefully accept she got her timing wrong and step aside, allowing Sentebale's original trustees and patrons to return. I mean, who the hell is she to come in and have all those authorities? I don't understand this. Prince Harry, meanwhile, should step back into the breach and sound the horn, or whatever one does to summon their polo chum. They have a lot of fundraising to do for those kids, Lesotho and Botswana and beyond. Miss Shanduka has been approached for comment. Okay, the link of this will be in the description because I stop and give my opinion. So, Harry and Meghan love to do their things in the background. Let's just hope, God give them the mindset, the position to remain focused, because these kids need help. They need the guidance of the vision of what Harry and Prince Yoso had for them. All right, the link will be in the description. This is sad. All right. Okay, had them. This is epically quick. There's that. All right. I went down a rabbit hole yesterday. I came out and said, quote, they are going to destroy her. Everything about her she's ever done wrong going to come out. I pray she's ready for it. Okay, this is one person who deserves it. She thinks she's too clever. Okay, I'm struggling to behave, but she should really ease up on the braids. Okay, let's leave that alone. They've done massive damage to her receding hairline. All right, so that's an ad. All right, I'm gonna stop here. I have more. Okay, I have more, but I'm gonna stop here. This is where I'm at. All right, so I will start with, you know what? I see Murdoch here. Let me put Murdoch back up here. A lot of them has to do with, okay, so there's Murdoch, because I did mention Murdoch thing here. This is my side note to let me know what this tweet is about. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. I've been wondering what Prince Harry's strategy and all of this is, because I don't think the man who took on Rupert Murdoch is going to roll over and let someone steal the charity he founded nearly 20 years ago in memory of his late mother. It seems like his strategy is to just let this woman hang herself, thereby ruin her career and reputation. What the F is going to hire her now? Okay, like I said, she ruined her reputation globally. Okay, insiders say the new chair of the charity, Sophie Shanduka, sought to decolonize. Okay, so that's from the thing I just read. The hefty bill for consultants said to be in the region of $500,000. Okay, so I just read it in the article. I'm glad I did, and I'm putting it in the same video. Let's read some of the comment here. All right. Personally, I would not have waited for the press to catch up. I would have just started an all-out media assault by feeding information to the press about her incompetence. Or maybe it was Harry and Meghan's team that was responsible for the shift in the reporting. Okay, I don't know. Because we've gone from Harry effed up to Harry needs to get back on the horse in a couple of days. There's that. Dying to know what you think. Let's see here. Okay, you make a good point with Murdoch, although that is over a different fight. Okay, I'm going to have to dig a bit. What reporting really showed you a shift. Okay, no, Harry especially cannot be seen attacking a black woman and playing media games to discredit her. Yeah, because this is the thing he was fighting for. Even if it's genuinely in defense of an organization he cherishes, and I certainly do not think Meghan would have encouraged that. She of all people knows what that like. I think so too. All right, so let's leave that alone. All right, so there's that $300,000 for a charity. What the F? And she was a volunteer. My God, it's one of those too good to be true. I highly suspect that's part of the strategy. Harry knows the press is obsessed with him, and they seem to be shifting to being on his side and digging into this woman's past. More will come out in time, and once it blows open, Sophie will be exposed for the grifter that she is. Okay, the second part of the strategy is Harry and company have reported her to the Charity Commission. for some reason, at the beginning of that, it seems like it was her who reported the organization. So now I'm hearing it's Harry. Let's see here. UK press is not on Harry's side. It just so happened that for once they're doing their job, and what being uncovered doesn't smell right. Let's see what's going on with Byline, if Byline ever covered that. The opinion piece for the Telegraph is couched in anti-woke and anti-cry racism language to make the palatable for their readers. Okay, I think Harry's strategy was to have stories about her come out in the US press, forcing the UK press to follow suit. 48 hours and Shanduka's reputation is trash. Yeah. Alright, so let's leave that alone. Let's do a prayer. Prayer, maybe guidance. I want to say to be on the right track, but that doesn't fit. I don't know. I just put Charity's vision. Alright, vision. Let me look for image. Charity vision. Alright, is that any different? Alright, let's see here. Lord, open our heart to see the needs of those around us and grant us the vision to understand how we can best serve. Inspire us with your love and compassion, that we might be moved to act with generosity and grace. May we be instruments of your healing and hope, and may our action reflect the beauty of your charity. Amen. That's not what I'm looking for, but okay. Okay, I think that's what it is. Okay, I put something else here. Prayer to guide the charity. Okay, let's just charity. Unless if I put Sentebale. Prayer to guide charity in the right direction. Let's see what happened here. Let's look for an image. I'm going for this. I hope I could read it. Oh my God. Charity, humility, and simplicity. Okay, my God, I humbly beg you to make me an instrument of your love. Give me the grace of performing all my action to help my neighbors with charity, humility, and simplicity. It is my hope, Lord, that fidelity and the practice of these virtues may obtain the reward which you have promised to those who serve you and the person of the poor. Okay, so let's leave it as that. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. Oh, where am I gonna put it? Yeah, I think it's there. Like and share. If you wanna support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's that.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.